YouTube, we are back, man. It has been way too long, but I appreciate you guys sticking around and just being patient with me to bring this video back out. I've got a major transformation for you guys today. You can see my client came in super overgrown, and we're gonna give him a nice, satisfying transformation. The idea of this cut is gonna be a nice, natural, professional looking kind of mullet style flow back, right? But nothing too aggressive. It's gonna be a bit of a low taper. So now that we split the hair according to the growth patterns, remember I want to find that natural split in the front and the natural crown in the back connected to it. Now, since we'll be able to go ahead and start establishing our, I'm gonna make sure that my fingers are a little bit flared off of the side of his head, and it's not gonna be pressed super tight against his head. Let's say we were doing a skin fade all the way around, my fingers would be pressed really tight right up against his head, but we need some hair to flow back. We need some texture in the back so that way we can have that mullet, little texturized look. So that's why I have my hands and my fingers are elevated off of his head. So this is the cutting method that comes inspired from the Josh OP DFS formula. Still recommend y'all take that class, but yeah, I just want to share a couple gems and how I took the formula and applied it to work for me. But to have a full in-depth understanding of that system, I still definitely recommend that you guys take that class. Even if you just buy 1 year, you know, you might spend $200-300 on a year, depending on even if you find it on sale. But it gives you a full year's worth of tutorials that just break down the concept and the science behind how we approach these haircuts. So now that the perimeter is established all the way around, I know the next step is, see, I have that guideline. You can see at the very top of where my fingers are gripping his hair here, you can see that it's short there. That shows me the perimeter that I established. So if I go gripping the hair all the way around that, using that short point as a guideline, I should be able to give a nice solid 90-degree cut, which is, if any of you have ever cut longer hair, that's like medium layers, right? When you pull the hair straight out, 90-degree angle, and cut straight up and down, that'll kind of naturally create a cascade of layers that really give a nice finish to the cut. If I left all that hair, if I left it really long and pulled it all down and just gave it a blunt cut, at the very bottom, there would be no texture, there would be no flow. So that's why I established the perimeter all the way through the middle, right? His whole parietal ridge. And now based on that cut, we can give it a straight up and down cut. So now that the back is done, I'll be able to take the same method, very similar method, right? And I'll be able to trim from the front, including the bangs, and I'll be able to bring that all the way across the sides to match the back. I use this same motion because keeping the straight up and down motion, these 90-degree cuts, and matching it to the perimeter that I cut, it just helps me remove excess bulk while at the same time delivering more layers to the haircut. Because a lot of this haircut is the layers, it's the motion of the hair. So again, you'll see another angle here. I swoop the hair towards the back, keeping the style in mind. I find my short point where I cut the perimeter, and I just give it a solid 90-degree cut all the way up. And I'll do this again and again until everything flows together, where every point where I pick up the hair at that 90-degree angle, everything is cut straight up and down, nice and smooth. So now that the perimeter has been established, the layering is done, the majority of the cut and the texture on the sides is done, now I have to determine how long do I actually want the top to be. The Josh OP formula taught me that I should be setting a mohawk perimeter first, right? Lay down the sides because we're focusing on that very middle section. And if I elevate that hair straight up, I can decide how much length I want to remove. Here's the point where this cutting style makes so much sense. If you could see now, I combed that same mohawk parting and flow it into one side, and now I'll be able to elevate that hair and be able to connect the short point on the mohawk parting that I just did, and I'll be able to connect that to the side perimeter that I did. So I'll see a little triangle, a short point, connect it. Elevate more hair, short point, connect it. And I'll do this over and over again throughout the whole top until all of the short points are connected and everything is flowing smoothly. I'll do the same with the other side too. Now that that side is done, Now I'll brush the that same little mohawk parting to the other side and reconnect everything, just as we did the first time. It's an awesome process just to have something that you can always rely on, no matter whether it's wavy hair, curly hair, straight hair. You know, you can accomplish pretty much any style when you follow these steps. It's just a matter of making sure that your perimeter is established, your length is established, and then connect all the dots. So now that the style is done, the hair is flowing back, the layering is looking good, now we just have to give him a nice soft taper that's gonna complement, that's gonna flow into the rest of the hair. So I'll start debulking with a number 4 guard. I think this is pretty much my favorite guard to debulk with. And we can do this, right? We just need to make sure that we use nice soft strokes. There's no reason to pull out an 8, 7, 6, 5 guard. None of that really will help you. If you can jump straight into the number 4 guard and just use proper strokes, right? Straight up and down motions so that you're not digging in and trying to create a harsh line. If you can master that, that's something that's gonna help you a lot with efficiency, to be able to help your clients be more on time. So you can be known as a barber that's gonna be a valuable asset to them, right? You can get them in and out with a high quality haircut. So now to be able to bald out the taper, in this case I started off with the same clipper, the Stylecraft Instinct X with the blade closed, and then I opened it. So what I did next, now that that panel open is done, I'm gonna use my 1 and my 1.5 guard to elevate through the blend, so that way I don't really have to use the 2 or the 3. I'm gonna use the straight up and down motion with a very soft touch. With this number 1 guard while it's open, I'm gonna create a little bit of space, working my way up. And then after this, we're gonna use the 1.5 guard to go ahead and elevate a little bit higher into that blend. I'm actually gonna start off here with this clipper comb. That way we can do a little bit of clipper over comb action. This is something that can help you if you're not confident in your freehand stroke just yet. I wanted to show you guys, this is another way, just in case if you're not comfortable with that freehand stroke yet. The majority of times these days, I will do that, just that freehand stroke where you have pressure at the bottom and you softly elevate up off the hair. You know, just keeping in mind the natural shape, the natural flow of the haircut. But it could be a little more comfortable for you if you start using that clipper over comb. You don't have to take off the guard when you're doing clipper over comb. You can see there, a little bit of freehand motion there I just did. So we'll do this right here with the 1.5 open, and then we're gonna bring it down to the 1.5 closed, and then we'll continue detailing our way down. We may hit it with the 1 guard closed, and then from there, what's in between that 1 guard close and the clipper open? Now we're looking at using the half guard, right? So we just keep on fading down and down and down and detailing as we descend down to the skin area. Because then at that point now, all you have to do is detail the very bottom of this blend between the clipper with no guard closed and open. You can do lever play. Down below what you think about that fade method when it comes to skipping a couple guards that traditionally your barber will reach for the 5, 4, 3, 2 and then get down to the 1.5. But do you think that that's actually something that'll help you with efficiency? Let me know in the comments below. I want to know what you think about this, because it's something that has helped me stay on time. And you know, any little spots that are missed through the blend, you can follow up and polish with these blending shears. You know, in this case, this is the 40 tooth flip shear that Fresh Shears has. But honestly, you can get the job done with any kind of thinning shear, or blending shear. It just kind of helps you. Basically, when you chop with these scissors, it cuts like every other hair. So it can help reduce a little bit of weight. And you can see, you know, you want to continue testing through as you're cutting. Keep testing the style, brushing the hair in place to make sure everything flows smoothly. But I think this is coming together great, and we're gonna hit the other side using the same steps. But yeah, guys, we're pretty much gonna run back the same steps on this side. I think the only difference is that I used the blending shears immediately after running my number 4 guard here to debulk. But that's the thing. I just always like to show you guys that haircutting is not rigid. Haircutting is fluid. You can definitely, there's more than one way to skin a cat, whether you do this step first, that step first. You know, there's different ways to approach this, but at the end of the day, you just need to make sure that you have a plan and that you're conscious about how you're cutting the hair. You're conscious about the steps that you're taking, and you know that you have an organized approach to it. But again, guys, don't forget that all the videos that you see me using in today's video, actually, we're gonna be styling the hair next using the Tomb 45 clay, which is something cool that that's a product I've been ignoring for years because I was always so stuck on the powder. But the clay actually has slowly become one of my favorite products lately. So, you know, that product, the clipper here, the Stylecraft Instinct X, even next, I'm gonna show you guys the Stylecraft, actually no, that one is a Gamma boosted trimmer. And that thing came hitting sharp out of the box. So all of those tools, you can definitely save some money on those using the discount code Tito Cuts. You save yourself some big money on that. You know, if you guys want to use some tools like what I am using in this video here. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna keep on blasting through this. And yeah, I was super happy with how it came out. So leave me some comments below and let me know your thoughts on this fading process, on these tools. If you have any opinions or any questions on that, definitely leave those questions below.